Soil suffers a lot with the way that we manage it. I got really intrigued about the topic and how soil can really affect our lives.
We need them to be functional for food productivity, but also to regulate the climate. And we like our soils to be healthy in, for instance, your backyard in the city.
Before stuff comes to our home, to our supermarket shelves, they come from the soil. They come from the earth, they grow and they get beautiful together in the soil, and then we buy them.
Gerade Thema Humus oder Boden ist für die Kinder sehr, sehr schwierig zu verstehen, weil sie dazu hier, vor allem hier in der Stadt, kaum Bezug dazu haben oder sich nicht vorstellen können, was sich im Boden jetzt wirklich abspielt.
One of our goals is to sensitize people to be aware of the importance of soil and going out of the classroom in order to learn by practicing, by studying, by doing.
Explore them holistically, involving teachers from different disciplines to look at a certain problem or certain question from different angles.
So it could be interesting to have case studies that could also be used, let's say, by a math teacher. It's not limited to specific subject.
We learn together, we share our experiences, we try to have our mutual goals and objectives. And by working together, we can actually strengthen education and be the important role models that our children need.
That's why we need to take soil into consideration and analyze everything that's around it and make it the main character of our story.
This session of Community of Practice, the last one of 2024, but it will be hard to do otherwise. My name is Abdul. I am the coordinator of the CURIOSOIL Community of Practices, and today we have an exciting program for today. I'll share with you the agenda. So first, I will start with a little reminder of what CURIOSOIL is about, and the other different content that we want to bring during these years of projects, and then all the engagement opportunities that we offer for the community of practice for the next 3 months, because we do these meetings every 3 months, and it is a rich program, very rich program. So first of all, let's start with CURIOSOIL, and really with the main objective, if there's something you need to live with today, is we want to create a connection between individuals and soil through soil curiosity, therefore CURIOSOIL. And CURIOSOIL has a very specific niche. We want to develop soil curiosity kits, how to engage with students from primary, secondary and tertiary school, how to help them engage with soil, discover it, learn about soil health, soil regeneration, therefore also engaging with teachers that will be our best dissemination and ambassadors of these resources. Many of you are teachers actually within the scope. And it also has an outreach and policy advocacy stream around it to address every layer that can help with soil literacy and the connection with soil. So that's why we are here today. And right about now, I'm gonna give the floor to my colleagues from Revolve that will present this Why Teach Soil campaign that is being launched today. I give the floor to Nazih.
Hi, Abdul. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me properly?
Very well.
Thank you very much. So first of all, it's a pleasure to be here in the community of practice of CURIOSOIL, as always. I'm sure that we will be learning a lot today. And it's an incredible also opportunity for us to present our communication campaign, which is targeting the teachers and head teachers. So some of you have already received some information about this campaign throughout the form that we have distributed in the past 2 months. But I will go and explain a little bit more about the campaign and what is exactly the Why I Teach Soil campaign. So the core objective is to raise awareness about soil health and promote soil literacy among teachers and students. So we are focusing on teachers and head teachers to highlight the importance of teaching soil with available free educational content that can be part in their curriculum, but also added work that they can use in their schools. So it's important to say that all the material is free to use and is available in our website, curiosoil.eu. Next slide, please. Abdul. So just to have an idea about the timeline, we actually kicked off the campaign with a digital teaser on social media. So we attracted people that were interested in soil, and then we focused more on teachers and head teachers so that we can attract and give all the material that will be available throughout the project, so the next 3 years, that free material that you can have as a teacher and that you can use to the students that you have, and also perhaps share with your colleagues. So it's really something that we wanted to focus regarding that side of the projects, that you can really share the materials with everybody that you think is going to add value for this sort of material. So the campaign will be from January to July, so until the end of the academic year. And we are expecting to receive some feedback from the teachers and students by the end of the academic year to maybe understand better how we can improve the input, and also perhaps have more available material throughout the next coming years. Next slide, please. So here you can have also a look at the different content calendar that we have prepared throughout the coming year. So we're gonna have some videos and trainings regarding teaching. For example, in March 2025, we're thinking of organizing a midterm physical activity that will involve teachers and students so that they understand more clearly and they have a concrete idea of why this material is being used and for what reason. So we can also discuss about the different webinars that we're going to organize, and the best practice videos as well that will be available. And throughout the whole campaign, there will be social media content that will be available as well. So every week you will have updates about the campaign, how it goes, and the different materials that you will be able to use with your students and within your school. Next slide, please. So what will be available for you as a teacher, right? So if we go right to the to the structure of it. So we are preparing a Why I Teach Soil toolkit, right? So this toolkit will include different visuals, infographics, all of it free to use with your students. There will be also videos and codes from our consortium partners of CURIOSOIL that are going to explain what is soil. And also it will be available to share within your network so that you can utilize this material as well, as I said earlier, and distribute it among your colleagues and partners. There will be also different social media quizzes, so we make it a little bit fun for all kinds of ages. So from primary, secondary, and university students, we will be sharing these quizzes on LinkedIn and Instagram. There will also be different educational materials available in the Curiosity Kit. So once you go to our website, curiosoil.eu, you have a section about the Curiosity Kit. And once you enter, you will have different materials that can be used, either videos, sounds, courses. You'll be able to access the MOOC as well that we are developing right now with our partners Gaia Education. So there will be a lot of different educational content that you will be able to use at free will. And it's important to note that some of the material will be also translated, right? Because we know that in some countries, English is not the main used language for some teachers. So we make the materials available in all the COP countries' languages, so that you will be able to, well, have at least a material that will be used by your students as well, and there will not be any language barrier as well. And at the end, of course, of the courses, you will receive certificates that you can distribute among your students, so that you can be proud of contributing for the Curious Soul teaching campaign. Next slide, please. So how to put teachers at the heart of the campaign, right? This is the main question that we asked ourselves, because we wanted teachers to really be involved, and we wanted teachers to participate in the best way possible. So we thought of having one representative in each COP country, right? So it could be the COP leader, or if we want to have a different representative, it's also possible. And they will be sharing the best practices on how to teach soil in their country. So they will be the point of contact that we will be able to interact directly if we want to have information about teaching in that specific country. We also think of collecting audiovisual material from the pilot classes in each country. So they can be content like photos, videos, group photos, activities, messages, everything that would add up for the content. We can be using it to promote the campaign and to actually have something to rely on and to be able to share to the public. We're also thinking of organizing events, field trips, workshops, especially for teachers and their students, and the webinars as well that I've mentioned earlier, that could be used to learn new techniques and share all the ideas about soil. And we also thought about organizing an event on screening soil documentaries, right? So we thought that because right now there is a lot of documentaries that are out about soil, so it will be interesting to have a screening with teachers and students, and then they will be able to comment on the different documentaries that will be relevant. Next slide, please.
So if we're at the end, I had a proposal, Nazi. Maybe we can check from the audience, from all of this toolkit, which are the ones that are the most excited about. There's quite a diversity of content, from videos, infographics, quizzes, educational materials, of course the certificates.
We can choose 2 options, right? Or 3?
You
Or
can
all of them?
as many. Which are the ones more excited? Obviously, if somebody chooses everything, the results will be a bit skewed. So choose your most favorite ones. And for those who are on the streaming, you can also write it in the comments. Out of those content implementations, which are the ones you're the most excited about? All right, so it's an excellent turnout. So that gives us a little idea. Thank you very much for the votes. Thank you very much. I have another question. Or maybe is there any question from the audience first? Feel free to raise your hand or ask it in the chat if you have any question on this campaign, which starts today. I'm happy to say there's excitement for almost every items. I would have expected more from the certificates. I guess maybe students are more excited about them than us, let's say. But it's good to see that the visuals, the infographics, yeah, that comes really on top. So if there is no questions, I do have a question. So we look at the events that are going to be organized and how much we're encouraged to do content creation. What if I'm a soil practitioner and I have no knowledge on how to shoot a video, how to do an interview, and provide you with those materials? How can CurioSoil help me do that and contribute?
So,
Yeah, maybe
we have a
Nazi,
partner
you wanna?
specialized in the videos, Aryan, right?
Yeah,
Maybe she can
so
jump in and explain about the back.
thank you. Hi everybody, I'm Ariane from ESCI, the European Science Communication Institute based in Oldenburg, Germany. As a partner in the consortium, we are here to create, to generate, to produce all the videos that are needed within the project. That may be like best practice videos, that may be video content for the MOOCs, that may be videos for the social media campaigns. And also we are here for providing 3 internal consortium trainings. And as we thought, as we just heard, that videos are a crucial part in communication to external people, but also to the community and to also teach. We thought it would be a good idea to start a training, the first training about video production, especially when it comes to shooting videos with your cell phones. As we think not all of you have access to professional video gear or video teams, it might be interesting for you to get to know some practical tips and some training in how to shoot videos with your cell phone. So we'd like to invite you to this training, which will be in January, the 29th of January, from 2 to 4 p.m. And you will get to know. You will learn simple strategies for improving interview results. You will learn essential technical skills to get the best out of your cell phone when it comes to shooting videos. And you will get insights into practical and affordable accessories. So as this is originally, this was meant to be a consortium training, but we think it's a very good opportunity to open it to all of you. So please all of you feel very much invited to join this meeting. I think Abdul will or has already invited you with a registration link. And actually what we are looking for, I think, Nazi and Abdul, please feel free to add some information here. What we are looking for in terms of video is to get to know about your work, to get to know about events, best practice workshops where we can people see in action, like educators, pupils, students, non-profit organizational workshops, for example, hands-on situations where we actually see what you do with pupils, or what you do in the fields, what you do out there in the schools, in the classroom. And maybe this could also be interesting for not only for the social media strategies, but also for example, for a MOOC, where we can see how you work with the pupils, with the students, with the children. Maybe you have an experiment going on, you build something, or you do some gardening work. So this would be of interest, where we are looking forward to gather some video footage. So yeah, we are looking forward to your registration, and we are looking forward to the training. And if you have any questions about video production, please feel free to contact me directly. I will put my contact in the chat, or you could also contact Abdul or Nazi, I guess. Thank you.
Thank you, Ariane. So same question as before after this presentation. So if you have an inquiry to Ariane, now is the right time to ask about this training. I will send the invitation this afternoon with the follow-up email for today's event. And I am curious of how excited are you about this training? from 0 to very not at all, and 5 very excited. And I can take the question from Primitiva.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Yeah, I wanted to know, for those who are coming from out of Europe, how can we contribute about this program? Thank you.
Thank you, Primitiva. It's a very good question. So first of all, it's also not targeting all the EU countries. We're targeting 17 of them with our community of practice and the events that happen there. But the piloting of the materials, you are very free and very welcome to do the same. You're very welcome to take ownership of those materials, to give us the feedback on how we can improve them, or how was the experience in the classroom or with other soil practitioners. You're very welcome also to contribute, because our collective aim is to ensure that the quality of everything we develop at the end of this 4-year project is good. It's been tested. It's been used in different settings. So you're very welcome to contribute. And Ariane, I have a good news that there is quite some excitement about this training. I think we can expect already at least 60, 65 participants. So we keep it. Let's keep it, huh?
Excellent.
Excellent.
Great.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Ariane. Thank you. So we're gonna continue still on the activities of CURIOSOIL with the first, maybe one of the pillars of our activities. I'm gonna give the floor now to Ingrid and Nafise, because now we're gonna talk about soil literacy assessment, which really is the foundation of all our activities. Please, Ingrid.
Nafisa will start.
Nafisa.
So the floor is to Nafisa, yeah.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I hope you're doing well. I'm Nafisa. I'm PhD student in Wageningen University. In this meeting, we wanna talk about our project called the Soil Literacy Assessment Framework. Soil Literacy Assessment Framework is a part of the big project called CURIOSOIL that approximately 12 countries get involving in this project. Next slide, please. Next, yeah. The aim of this project, a SLAF project, is designing a soil literacy assessment framework for 5 target groups, including primary education, secondary education, tertiary education, teachers, and lifelong learners. Another aim of this project is create a common reference that everyone working in soil education and training can use, share, and refer to this. It's good to mention that Wageningen University is responsible to do this part of this CURIOSOIL project. Next, please. A SLAF project focuses on competency. Competencies is integration between attitude, skills, or behaviors, and knowledge. Attitudes that mean assessing and improving attitudes towards soil curiosity. Skills or behaviors that means assessing and improving skills or behaviors towards soil and soil experience. And knowledge that means assessing soil knowledge, including soil diversity, soil solutions, soil treats, and soil services. Next, please. In this slide, I want to talk about our approach to design soil literacy assessment framework for primary education. In the first step, we defined the main domains with consultation soil experts, research team, and also other partners in this project as well. And the second step, identify descriptor as indicators for each of these main domains. And the third step, formulate learning objectives in terms of attitude, knowledge and skills or behavior according to the descriptors that defined in the previous step. And the last step, we designed questions, many questions in terms of knowledge, attitudes, and behavior or skills according or based on learning objectives. Next, please. Yeah. In this slide, you can see main domains. We have 4 main domains, including soil diversity, soil services, soil trees, and soil solution. And also you can see descriptors for each of these main domains. These are some examples for show you in this meeting. Next, please. Yeah. It's good to mention that to design questions for primary education, we try to design a simple and engaging question focused on these 4 main domains. And also for a knowledge-based question, we use different kind of questions, including multiple choice, multiple select, true, false, and matching questions. And also for attitude-based questions, we use questions with 3 options, including yes, a little, or no, and no. And also for behavior or skills questions, we use, in other words, we did list some activities or behaviors or skills that could be useful for soil health with 3 options, including never, sometimes, and frequently. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, Nafise, for introducing our soil literacy assessment framework. The next step here in this meeting for us would, it would be great if you could answer some questions regarding our soil literacy assessment framework, based on the questionnaire. So probably you have already received the questionnaire we have composed, we have developed to ask questions to the children. Just in case you have not read it before or not received it, Nafise is now putting it in the chat, so you can actually enter it. What I will do now is I will share my screen. Abdul, this is fine, right? I can share my screen.
Oh, please do.
Thank you. And I will have a Mentimeter ready for you. And when I start it, in the meantime, I hope you can take 2 or 3 minutes to have a look at the questionnaire. And in the meantime, you can use the QR code, you can use just the code to enter this Mentimeter quiz. We have prepared some 6 questions we would like to ask you. And it would be great that if you are able to enter this Mentimeter, that you, I see many thumbs up. So if you do that, then I know how many participants there are and whether to wait for many more. So let us continue in 2 minutes with this quiz. And in the meantime, I think I will say nothing. So you can actually have a look at the questionnaire.
Or close to 50 people in the Mentimeter. That's excellent.
Great, yeah, I'm very happy to see so many people entered our quiz. I think 2 minutes might have passed, so let us just start the quiz. And it's important to realize that it's just a rough impression. It's just great if we get an impression from you. So I will go to the first question.
So I do not see the question itself, but I guess how did we find this questionnaire from very easy to very difficult? Do you confirm, Ingrid, this is
Yes, this is the first question. Yes, if I'm correct, the participants will see the question on their device, but we don't see it here on the screen. Also because I've been hiding it, because I'm hiding the answers. And once I see that many participants have entered their answer, I will, of course, unhide it, and we can all see our result, our impression. And Abdul, if I might ask you, how many participants entered the Mentimeter again?
I think right now we have 30 people on the Mentimeter, but there is no question. The question does not appear for what we see. We only see from very.
I think okay, but this is.
Okay.
I thought I would hide the answer because otherwise, yeah, it's good to do it without any knowledge about.
I think
But,
Ingrid, maybe
yes.
I'm not sure. I think you need to press H or I, if I remember, to show the question without showing the result.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not sure which function. There was a shortcut for that.
Right.
But,
yeah.
You can try it.
I can
See
try.
what happens.
Ingrid, we have a
yes, I think you did it.
We have some comments in the chat of people that cannot see the questions.
It's going well now. Thank you all. I think now we really see it now. How do you assess the level of difficulty or ease of knowledge-based question for children? And yes, we had indeed 40 replies.
Okay. We can move on to the next question then, I think.
Yes.
Agreed. Yes. Thank you, Omid, for this tip.
Yes, you're welcome.
I'm sorry, I need to check. Is it like in general you are asking what kind of questions? I have a hard time like deciding because I don't have the question actually in front of me because it could be easy, it could be difficult. It depends how it's worded, how it's the knowledge.
The questionnaire can be reached by a link in the chat if you have not received it before. So I hope you can still find this link.
Okay, thank you.
Lisa, can you please again share? Yes, thank you. I think we assume that you have already seen the questionnaire, but still, if you have not, please just click on the link in the chat.
And we have time for this session. Really take our time.
Shall I go to the next question?
Maybe we another 2 to 3 minutes now that everybody's looking at the question.
Show the result and next maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we have 4 more questions. So. Okay, some answers are still coming in, but thinking about the time, I will now move on to the next question. So let me unhide. Oh, we get a very similar picture for all three skill-based, attitude-based, and knowledge-based questions. Once I reach 35, I will move on to the next question. It's really great to have so many responses. So, the next question. If we have time, Abdul, I would like to take one more minute for this question because, yeah, really appreciate your input.
We have time, definitely.
Oh, great, great, thanks.
Ingrid, I think you can also show the words in a form of cloud or something. Now only we see the 8.
Yeah, we only see the first ones. Huh? It will be nice to show. Oh, I can just go like this. Yeah,
that's another way.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that nematodes was written in the questionnaire. I need to read it.
Yeah, sometimes we get deformed, let's say, deformation taking place. It's nematode. For some of us are, well, it's a word we use more often, but others, of course, not. It's great to see we get a lot of input. In some 5 seconds, I will return to the last question, or I will go to the last question. Yeah, let's do that right now. Oh, it's the penultimate question. There's one more.
What is the difference between multiple select and multiple choice?
Multiple choice, you can only one answer is right. And multiple select means that you can select several answers.
Thank you.
Oh, great to see so many responses, and also an unexpected pattern, actually. Speaking for myself, perhaps. Okay, we have one more question, which is again an open question. So I will move on to this last question. Of course, realizing that, yeah, it's just the impression that counts.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really helpful. Yeah, it's great to see so much response. It's also challenging, I'm sure. This is the last question we have in the Mentimeter. So whenever it's time to continue, Abdul, we can close this and then it's done. And we appreciate a lot the input we receive.
So all that is left is to thank you and thank everybody who has contributed to this analysis. The document
Stop sharing.
The document has been shared now with all of you. If things emerge a bit later today or tomorrow, I will also send in the follow-up email the contact to Nafise and Ingrid for you to continue to provide feedback, because that is all that we're requesting from the Community of Practice members. Let us know what you think. Let us know how this can be improved and be more useful. So thank you, Nafise. Thank you, Ingrid.
Thank you.
And now I'm gonna invite Eriselda. If Eriselda, she's with us.
Yes.
Thank you. CURIOSOIL is not the only project present on the soil mission, has been selected as a soil mission project. There are several with different objectives, different niche and focus to address everything that we need to address around soil. So that's why today, and at every COP meeting, you have the habit of inviting a fellow sister brother project. So today we have Living Soil presented by Eriselda. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Abdul, and thank you. Can you hear me?
Very well.
Okay, perfect. I would like to thank you and CURIOSOIL project for inviting us. I am Eriselda Canage, the project officer of Assembly of European Horticultural Regions, and I am partner of Living Soil project. Today, I would like to, my presentation will be in two parts. One sorry, I need to share by myself the presentation. Okay. Just a moment. Okay.
And I think for the attendance, you'll really see how the two approaches are quite complementary, where CURIOSOIL is more about soil literacy, trying to engage with educational, trying to shift how education creates the connection with soil.
Now you can see it?
Yes, you can just do
Okay.
the panorama and we will be able to see it fully.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah, living soil means for healthy soil to permanent crops. Living Labs is a project founded under the mission soil. It started in June and will end in November of 2028. The consortium is composed by 38 partners and 8 associated partners for 6 countries. During the objective of the project is to establish 5 living labs focused on permanent crops, and the crops that in this project you will work are vineyards, olives, chestnut, hazelnuts, and apples. In the same time, during the project is as well to co-create and to complement co-test in innovative solution that foster conservation, restoration of soil health. In the same time, we'll develop as well 15 experimental sites and 10 lighthouses with active participation of different stakeholders. In the project, I would like to show you the 5 living labs in which regions they are allocated. As you can see, the first one will be allocated in Portugal, in Lucio Galicia region, that will work in vineyards and olives. The second one will be in the north of Italy, in the region of Piemonte, and will work in vineyards and chestnut and hazelnut. And the first one will be UTAD University, that is leader of the first living lab. The second one, that is University of Torino, that work in north of Italy, Piemonte, will work in vineyard, chestnut, and hazelnut. The third one will be in France, in Bergeois and Loire Valley, and will be work in the vineyards. And the leader of these living labs is Institute of French Wines. The fourth one will be in Grossi in Poland, and will work in apple and orchards. And the last one, but not less important, will be in Andalusia, that will work in olives, and that is the region of the University of UAN. Now I would just like to show the work plan. As you can see, will be 7 work packages in this that will work in this project. The first and the 7, as you know, are more administrative part, and the second one will work in living lab, establishing governance on long-term operational. The third one will be in the maternity and framework baseline setup and research. The fourth one will be working in the regional living labs and implementation, and as I will explain you before. And the fifth one will be working a business model to co-create a business model for the living lab, and etc. And the sixth one is the communication and dissemination engagement that I would like to present you in the second part of this presentation. Here you can see some objectives of the project. As you can see, will be improvement, acknowledges, and increase in literacy of soil, as you have speak as well here about the education in the CURIOSOIL in the staff projects, and as well will be an proposed policy recommendation of best managed practice. The others ones you can read it by yourselves. And now I would like to pass to the second part of the presentation, that is relating of creation of community of practice, that is part of the work package 6, and these activities related to the task 6.2. This activity has two objectives. The first one is to set up a community of practice, and the second objective is to create a strong link with the sister project and the project founded under the same calls. But I will focus on in the first objective of the project, that is to create a community of practice. In these activities is what you do. You have you have launched our community of practice in the 1st of December, and in this community of practice, you need to involve many national and international stakeholders and networks of players from different countries. And today I am here to invite you to participate in our community of practice. And how you can participate in this community of practice: you have create a questionnaire that is translated, is available in 6 languages. The questionnaire is online. The languages of the questionnaire is obviously in English and in the other languages work of the project, that is Spanish, Portuguese, French, Polish, and Italian. The questionnaire will take you only 5 minutes to fulfill it, and I will put later on in the chat. And in the same time, you after that you have responses to after that the responses, and you have created this community of practice. During the life of the project, we will organize different workshops and webinars and events to train different stakeholders. Our target groups of the project, that are farmers, researchers, advisors, in the university level and education level, are different stakeholders, target group that you would like to reach. And in the same time, I will be very happy if you would like to be involved in our community of practice, to work together to increase the soil literacy, as well to contribute to the better soil health. As you can see here, you can as well see our social media, and you can follow us to know more about the development of this activity, but also as well the activity of projects. I would like to thank you for your attention, and if you have a question, don't hesitate to ask to me. I will give as well, leave my my email in the chat. Once again, Abdul, thank you, and thank you to CURIOSOIL for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you, Griselda. Before leaving, can you go back to the slide 27? I think it was really a good slide for us to really focus for everybody to really understand that the Living Soil project aims really to have a long-lasting perspective on permanent crop growing, and really focused on these different types of crops, on different climates, different countries. So it's really a good approach on how to build healthy soil for permanent crop growth. And I have a question for this community of practice. Out of the scope of the Living Labs, which
I cannot see the chat. Sorry, I apologize.
Out of those crops that the project is focused on, which one are you more into? And also to comment the complementarity here in terms of soil literacy, you're really targeting farmers and people really acting directly on the soil, whereas CURIOSOIL goes to people who are not connected yet with the soil and how to create that connection. So it's beautifully complementary. And also the target, you're very specific in those 5 community practice. very local based, very place based, whereas us were more into dissemination. So I really appreciate these two approaches. And we have the results. I'm not surprised that apples are really much on the lead. And I guess they will have a lot of Mediterraneans to have wine and olive that ahead. Yeah, that's awful. That's awful. So thank you, Griselda, for the presentation. Thank you for the time, and we will be in touch in the future.
Yes, thank you very much.
Stopping this. Voila. So now I'd like to invite us to come back to CURIOSOIL actually, because we have quite some beautiful content to share with you up from our partners on a video about CURIOSOIL. I'll stop talking. I'll share it with you.
Soil suffers a lot with the way that we manage it. I got really intrigued about the topic and how it can really affect our lives.
To be functional for food productivity, but also to regulate the climate. And we like our soils to be healthy in, for instance, your backyard, in the city.
Before stuff comes to our home, to our supermarket shelves, they come from the soil. They come from the earth, they grow and they get beautiful together in the soil, and then we buy them.
Gerade Thema Humus oder Boden ist für die Kinder sehr, sehr schwierig zu verstehen, weil sie dazu hier, vor allem hier in der Stadt, kaum Bezug dazu haben oder sich nicht vorstellen können, was sich im Boden jetzt wirklich abspielt.
One of our goals is to sensitize people to be aware of the importance of soil and going out of the classroom in order to learn by practicing, by studying, by doing.
Explore them holistically, involving teachers from different disciplines to look at a certain problem or certain question from different angles.
So it could be interesting to have case studies that could also be used, let's say, by a math teacher. It's not limited to specific subject.
We learn together, we share our experiences, we try to have our mutual goals and objectives. And by working together, we can actually strengthen education and be the important role models that our children need.
That's why we need to take soil into consideration and analyze everything that's around it and make it the main character of our story.
I hope you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it or contributing to it. Thank you. Beautiful video. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for the feedback. Yes, so this video, you've seen it in advance. This video will be shared on our social media in the future. Thank you. So now I'm gonna summarize a little bit all the engagement opportunities that we have presented today before going into the last part of the meeting. So we have shared today, we have welcomed Nazi from Revolve, who shared with us the Why I Teach Soul campaign that starts today, and how to use the different materials to try to connect with teachers and have one teacher per country as a focal point to help us spread this campaign. And also one point that emerged during this moment was when you engage in the classroom with the soil materials, how can you capture these moments, take videos and photos, and to support you doing that, we will have a training in the end of January on best practice on how to shoot and take videos with your cell phone, so that those materials can come back and as Sonia said in the video, how we can inspire soil connection, soil literacy. Speaking of soil literacy, we had Nafisa and Ingrid presenting us the soil literacy assessment framework and the questionnaires addressed to the primary school students. You have the questionnaire, you will receive it also this afternoon, and we're very much looking for feedback on how to improve it so that we can get as much responses as possible so that we can assess how is soil literacy as of now. And then we had the pleasure to have Eriselda from the Living Soil Project, which are also launching a community of practice in those different countries. And I will share that also again. If you are based close to those living labs in person, I highly recommend that you engage. And if you engage in both, again, these are complementary initiatives. I hope all of those engagement opportunities are clear. I hope you will feel called to engage there. And I am curious to know, out of all of those engagement opportunities, which are the ones that you feel the most called to contribute. Okay. Maybe a few more seconds of voting. All right. So the good news is it's quite spread out. So we will be able to have enough participants to each initiative, to each engagement opportunity. So that is a good news for us. We are gonna go now to the last part of our meeting, and I'm gonna also close it for those who are on the streaming. And thank you for being and joining us on this step. Now we're gonna get into an evolution of the Community of Practice. For those who have been with us since June, it has also always been this kind of meetings every 3 months, centralized in English. We're going to get now into an evolution. We have launched a Community of Practice leader call back in October that was also extended to give as much room as possible for participants to apply. Because the objective of this Community of Practice is really piloting the materials, making sure that they are tested and they are approved, they have a use, and to go to the next step, we recruited now 14 Community of Practice leaders, 1 per country, whose role is going to be to really connect the CURIOSOIL activities with the National Community of Practice. So it's not going to be Ecolis that will only link and communicate to you in English of all of those initiatives. You will now have 1 point of contact in every country on those thematics, with whom you will be able to engage, to communicate, to ask questions. And for the national COP to really start building itself, you will have your own events, online events happening at the national level in your native language also. So we hope that will unlock a lot more participation as well. And so I'm glad that we have now 14 COP leaders being recruited. They have been onboarded yesterday. It's a beautiful panel that I hope you will connect. Their contacts are in the presentation, so you can have for each country their email, their names if you wish to engage, and pretty soon they will also be able to contact you for further discussions and events. So now what is going to happen for the last part of this meeting? We're going to open breakout rooms per country where you will engage with your COP leader. Unfortunately, not all of the COP leaders were available this afternoon, but that's okay. You will stay in the main room with me, and that will be the point for today. The closure will happen in the breakout rooms. I invite you to stay as long as you want and leave whenever you feel like it. And the next invitation that I leave you with is in March, in 3 months, where we will reconnect at spring to make an assessment of how the previous engagement opportunities go, and present new ones, and continue to engage around this topic. So I see there's a lot of curiosity. Who's the COP, Portuguese COP leader, etc. So you will be able to meet them now. So to do that, I invite you to please answer which country are you based in, and that will help us create the breakout rooms to send you in. If your country is not there, just do not respond. Do not respond, and we will stay in the main room. It just means that your COP leader was not available today. Strongly invite you to respond if your country is put there, for you to be able to connect with your COP members and COP leaders.
You were muted, Abdul. You are muted.
Thank you, Mania, dear COP leader of Slovenia. So due to a technical issue, I could not translate the poll results into automatic breakout room distribution. So I will create all the breakout rooms with the ability of everybody to choose in which country they need to go. And I will rely on the support maybe of Henrique, if you can help me then with the distribution of the participants. I am creating the breakout rooms now. And if you have any question, feel free to not leave me into the silence.
Abdul, I'm based in London. Obviously, Brexit has messed us up. I also have a foothold in Italy, so I've selected Italy. But is it better for me to stay in the main room, or is it okay to be going to Italy?
What is your connection with Italy?
I lived there for a couple of years in Piemonte.
I would recommend that you go to Italy then.
Okay, fine.
Yes. Of course, feel free.
Soil suffers a lot with the way that we manage it. I got really intrigued about the topic and how soil can really affect our lives.
We need them to be functional for food productivity, but also to regulate the climate. And we like our soils to be healthy in, for instance, your backyard, in the city.
Before stuff comes to our home, to our supermarket shelves, they come from the soil. They come from the earth, they grow and they get beautiful together in the soil, and then we buy them.
Gerade Thema Humus oder Boden ist für die Kinder sehr, sehr schwierig zu verstehen, weil sie dazu hier, vor allem hier in der Stadt, kaum Bezug dazu haben oder sich nicht vorstellen können, was sich im Boden jetzt wirklich abspielt.
One of our goals is to sensitize people to be aware of the importance of soil, and going out of the classroom, in order to learn by practicing, by studying, by doing.
Explore them holistically, involving teachers from different disciplines to look at a certain problem or certain question from different angles.
So it could be interesting to have case studies that could also be used, let's say, by a math teacher. It's not limited to specific subject.
We learn together, we share our experiences, we try to have our mutual goals and objectives. And by working together, we can actually strengthen education and be the important role models that our children need.
That's why we need to take soil into consideration and analyze everything that's around it and make it the main character of our story.